Times have changed. For a modern railway to grow and improve, it always needs to change its image, phasing out old, outdated machines with new technology. However, sometimes old things can make a comeback, as Oz was about to find out one day. Are those what I think they are?
You've got me. I've never seen these before. Otis is right, Trixie. These are the Grand Scarlet Flyers, and we are bringing them back for a special train for the spring holidays. And you, Otis, are to run these specials.
Otis was thrilled to bits, and was eager to tell the others in the shed that night.
What made these coaches so special, Otis?
The Grand Scarlet Flyer was a luxurious express train of its day. Lots of passengers would board at their terminus and would travel down the line behind the fastest and most powerful express steamers of the day. The mighty 85 class. Other trains would have to clear the line to give the Flyer priority for the track. Naturally, I was always sidelined, as I was mostly used for slower goods trains. But there was one time when I got to pull the Flyer. The 85 loco had failed that night, and they needed a spare locomotive straight away to pull the train. And I was the only one available. I was quickly washed and polished and then hurried over to the platform. And we raced down the rails, lights shining. Oh, what a thrilling experience.
Sounds very nice. So what did happen to this train?
Well, I guess like all things, the Grand Scarlet Flyer got outdated, and people wanted to travel in faster, sleeker trains.
But now it's being restored again, for a new generation to ride in.
Oh, it's gotta be so grand to see it running again. A few months passed. Otis would often try and look into the workshops to see the coaches slowly being mended and repainted. And with each day he would get more and more excited, sometimes forgetting to stay focused. Whoa, steady, Otis. Oops, sorry. Finally the day came. Otis was bubbling with excitement as his crew washed and polished him and did their final checks. The coaches sat outside the workshop in their new coat of paint. Otis buffered up to them, and feeling very grand, chuffed down the line to Warwick Junction. Main line, here we come. Lots of people were on the platform that morning. They cheered and awed as Otis pulled into platform 3. I guess people really do want to experience the old days. Sparrow was also there. He looked at the restored coaches.
Is what all the fuss is about? Antique coaches?
Otis was about to tell him about their proud history when he was distracted with his fireman uncoupling him. Hey, wait a moment. What are you doing? We need to turn you around, Otis. But we are meant to run on the main line. I'm not sure where you got that idea, Otis, but this is a tourist train for the branch line. A tourist train? Before Otis could say anything else, Sparrow's guard blew his whistle.
Oh, forget about being a Grand Scarlet Flyer. You're a Grand Scarlet Failure.
And he departed, laughing down the line. Otis didn't feel like smiling as he recoupled to the other end of the train. Tourist train. This is definitely not like the old times. He couldn't understand it. Why would they use such nice coaches for such a gimmicky thing? Oz had traveled up and down the branch line for many years and couldn't figure out what would be so interesting for his passengers to see with such grand coaches. Still, groups of people lined up along the railway side, and they waved and cheered as the beautiful Scarlet train went past. However, Oz was not paying any attention, before finally settling on an idea. Well, this may not be the main line, but I can still give them the express train experience. So Oz picked up speed and thundered down the line, with the coaches clattering behind him. His firemen tried to keep him under control, but Oz would not comply. The other locomotives were surprised to see Oz hurtling along, and they warned each other to clear the tracks. Oz arrived at Normanton in a new recorded time. He was surprised that there wasn't anyone at the station waiting for the return journey. The passengers disembarked the train and waited on the platform, a little confused on what to do. Stacy quickly ran through the crowd up to Oz.
Oz, what were you thinking running this train so quickly?
This is an express train, isn't it?
Yes, a long time ago. But you were supposed to arrive here at noon as timetabled. We're not ready yet.
Ready for what?
Oz, the town's hotel is providing a high-tea lunch for the passengers. But we are still getting ready with the final touches.
Oh dear.
You've arrived too early, and now the passengers will have to wait an hour with nothing to do.
Poor Oz felt silly. I'm sorry. I guess I was trying too hard to revive the old days.
I understand, Oz. The Grand Scarlet Flyer may have been the most luxurious express train of its day, but now it's being refurbished to be a dining experience for visitors touring from the main line.
I've made such a real mess, haven't I?
Sadly, a little. I know you want things to be like they were when you were young, but you cannot keep living in the past. Sometimes you have to take a brave step and move forward.
Stacy could see that Oz was still feeling disappointed.
While it's too late to fix up this excursion, there is still the dining special later tonight.
Yes, Miss Stacy. I promise to do better. So that late afternoon, when the sun was setting, Oz picked up a new group of passengers at Warwick Junction. And this time, the steam engine stuck to the timetable. He arrived at 7 o'clock at night with the train into Normanton Station, just in time for the dinners.
Well done, Oz. Now we just need to make sure the rest of the night runs smoothly.
I sure hope so. It would be a real shame for these lovely coaches to never be used again. And I'm happy to say that the reviews were a glowing success. Now Oz pulls the Grand Scarlet Flyer on special occasions. And even though it's not like the old days, Oz was pleased to be able to share his experiences with everyone who wanted to travel in style like it was in the past.